Hello my friends, it's Jen Bach with By the Shore Stamping. I am going to do a really quick and easy card for you today featuring the Mixed Florals stamp set and the paper. Here is the stamp set, and then I'm also pairing it with the pattern paper, which is a really fun, bright pack of pattern paper. Some black and white, some florals. This is an online exclusive from a couple of months ago, and I love this paper. So we're going to go ahead and do a really simple project featuring this stamp set and the pattern paper. I will say that sometimes you just don't want to color like a full image. So this is a great technique for that. So we're going to actually use our block as a stamping tool. So I'm going to go ahead and ink up my block with the Calypso Coral ink, which is one of the colors in the paper. It's also my base card color. So I'm going to just go ahead and ink this up. Okay, get it nice and inky. And then I'm going to put my pattern, or my white paper. This is like 3x4. And I'm just going to, this might be a little dark, but we'll try it. And then if it's too dark, I'll flip it and we can do it again. Whoops. It's a little dark. Let's try it on the other side too. So you're going to get like that kind of scattered look, which I kind of like. There we go. That's actually darker, I think. So I'm going to use this side, which was the first side. And then I'm going to use Memento Black and one of the floral images from the stamp set. So I'm just going to ink that up. Actually, this black ink is not very dark, so I'm going to switch to one of my other ones. I want it to be, whoop, there we go, that's better. It was a little light, so I wanted it to be a little bit darker. And then I'm going to stamp that right on top of what I just did. I do have a Stampin' Pierce mat underneath me, so you do want something with a little bit of cushioning underneath, just so you're able to get that image, right? Okay, so now I'm going to just take this and attach it to, I have like little lines here, so I may actually just trim this down a little bit just because I don't want that to show. So I'm going to just make this just slightly smaller, which means I'll have to kind of trim down the black paper too. So I'm just taking like 1/8 of an inch off each side. You're not really missing much of it, but then I'm gonna have to do the same thing on this. So this is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. So I'm gonna just take, and this way I can just, it doesn't matter. There's no stamped image, so I'm just gonna take it all off the one side. So I'm making this 3 by 4. There we go. All right, and so now I'm going to have a nice mat, and I don't have those lines. So I'm gonna just attach that to here. Oops. Oh dear. Let's just do this way. Here. Okay. Attach that here. Okay, and then, I did not score this, so I'm going to go ahead and score my cardstock. Okay. And then, oh dear. Get a good fold on that, and then I have a piece of the pattern paper. This is really pretty. I love this side, but these two together are going to be a little busy, so I'm going to use the black and white side. As much as I love this pattern on the back side, I'm going to do this, and then I'll attach this with some dimensionals if I can find them. go. You could put some twine around this too. I don't have any black twine at the moment, so I'm just going to leave it plain. But you could put some ribbon or twine around the bottom, or not. Like so. And then I'm going to put this inside. I'm trying to make sure I finish my cards as I make them, rather than having to go back and put inserts in them later. Just makes it easier. So I'm going to just put this down like so. And then I do want a sentiment on here, so I'm just going to grab a little piece of white, and the coordinating stamp set for this bundle is the mixed labels, so I'm just going to use thank you. And need a small block. And I'm just going to use black. There we go. And then I'll trim this down. I just want this kind of tiny. I don't need it really big, so we'll cut that. I'm going to trim this side too. This is a really tiny little strip, so I'm going to put the blade in the middle and then cut it that way. And I'll use my scissors to just cut those on an angle. Okay. And then I'm just gonna pop that up kind of over here. You can use just I have a half of dimensional here, so I'll do that. And that. So I'm just using the edges of my dimensionals, basically. And then we'll pop that on right here. And then just a little bit of bling and we're all set. I'm gonna use, actually I think I'll use these. These are the low profile dots. And I have like the pinky color or the gold. I'm gonna use the gold because they'll stand out a little bit more. So I'm just gonna do, oops, there. And there you go. Super simple card, nice and easy. And it's just using the image and some background stamping with a block rather than having to color the whole thing. So just an easier way than actually doing coloring, because that can take a little while, especially if you're doing multiples. So I just thought that would be a fun technique to show you. It's one I've shared in the past, but just re-sharing because it's a great way to use those line art stamp sets when you don't want to actually color the whole thing. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked this video, go ahead and click the like button below. And if you really want to make my day, go ahead and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day. Bye for now.